Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Dog here, and welcome back to Blitz Tips and Tricks number 2. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to counter every single Blitz star ability in the game. The reason I'm using a tier list for this video is because it's very hard to keep track of all the Blitz star names, especially since I'm not very familiar with the newer ones. I wanted to upload gameplay where I talk about this, but since it's just me dragging icons into F tier when I talk about them, you can just minimize out of this video if you want to, and just listen. So let's get started. Roulette. This isn't a counterable blitz. This is literally the only blitz in the game with absolutely no counter. It's RNG. It will kill you. Simple as that. Next blitz is Lucky Charm. Lucky Charm gives a player a shit ton of experience. I don't know if it's limitless or not because I haven't seen it used, nor have I used it in such a long time. But the only way to counter this really is to just, I don't know, kill the person. Because it's such a passive blitz that doesn't have much effect, and usually people who use it are very new to the game. So this blitz is like super fucking easy to counter. Like just kill the person, or just, kill the person. So yeah, Acid Rain. Acid Rain is very easy to counter. It depends on what map you're on, though. If you're on a map with a lot of open spaces, what you're going to want to do is find cover as soon as possible. I do believe that going underwater actually does count. Being in water does not. So as long as your head is in the open, you will take damage to this blitz. So just get under cover, you're fine. Swag move or cool move, whatever you want to call it. This blitz is very easy to counter. If someone uses swag move or cool move, what you need to realize is that they're confident. This is a kind of a power play in blitz. If you use cool move, you're basically stating, I know I'm going to win the game. I'm very confident, I have a lot of gear, so what you might want to do is run away. Run away immediately, just literally 180. Get your mouse ready, 180, because you're spawned looking towards the center. So what you're going to do is, like, if you've memorized the spawn, you're going to need to turn around in a place that's convenient for you and just run away and kind of figure out a counterplay from there. But if you're confident, as is the person who used it, you can take them on and try to contest kills of like really low gear players and then chain speed into them or whatever kill effect you're using. Shotgun or No Country for Old Men. This blitz is very easy to counter once you see it used. Know that the person has 6 pellets, and what you're going to want to do is pay attention to the chat. If they use it and get a kill immediately afterward, that means that they kind of frantically activated it, and they used at least 4 bullets. It takes 3 bullets to kill someone if you hit them one time afterward, and it takes 4 bullets to get a confirmed kill. So that leaves them with 2 bullets. If you can keep track of how many bullets they have, you can actually maintain a fight with them. You can actually win. Or you could bait their bullets. This is another risky play that I wouldn't suggest it, but you can actually go in and try to bait them. This is something I do. I bow them, and it actually makes them spam it. And they accidentally use 2 bullets or 3 because it's very easy to spam. You can hold right click and use all the bullets. Either that or you could time them out because this blitz is extremely short range, like it suggests in its name, No Country for Old Men. It's a shotgun, very low range. Apocalypse. The only way to counter this blitz is to kind of just find cover. It also depends on the map you're on because some maps Apocalypse doesn't actually spread fire throughout the map. The fireballs do damage and occasionally they'll knock you up into the air. So if you're low health, when this blitz is used, just to be safe, you might want to find cover. But if you're on a map where fire doesn't register and you're aware of this, it might be useless. But if it is a map that fire is registered, find cover immediately, maybe jump in the water, because the person who used it is going to have fire resistance, regen 3. I think they actually get resistance 1 too. It's very powerful when it comes to positive potion effects, but very lackluster when it comes to actual power. Invoker. This is actually RNG, and there are 7 scrolls. There's the launch scroll, the sword scroll that gives you the fire aspect 1 sword, the creeper scroll that spawns all the creepers, the TNT fountain scroll, the smiting scroll, the healing scroll, and the poison dart scroll. I believe there's also a death punch scroll. I don't know if that was removed. The way to counter this is just to use your instincts. Every single one of these blitzes abilities is super counterable. The creeper apocalypse thing, all the creepers blow up eventually. All you have to do is just walk up to one. They'll all blow up instantly. TNT fountain, all you have to do is just run away. Poison dart, all you have to do is really just try your best to dodge it. It's a very small, like, prick of a shot. It's very easy to dodge, but if it hits you, it does give you like poison 4, and it will kill you. Death Punch, if they hit you with their fist or a sword, I forgot which, it'll bring you to half a heart after a minute. So what you need to do is kite. Just kite as long as you can, either that or try to take the fight and get them low. Because if you get them low, the Death Scroll will bring you to half a heart, but you'll have them dead. Fire Aspect Scroll, just normal PvP, it's easy to beat them. Smite Scroll does very low amounts of damage, so this is actually really easy to counter. I'd say just tank it and run at them. Launch Scroll, you need to avoid this because this is actually deadly as fuck. If they use this correctly, you're dead. So what you need to do is just stay away from them by about like 40 blocks, I'd say, because that has a lot of fucking range. I haven't calculated how much it has, but it has a shit ton. What else? I think I'm missing something. The Heal Scroll. Oh yeah, this is like Paladin. Literally just like kind of combo them, and then they'll use it out of like they're panicking, and then you need to combo them again. Very simple, very easy to understand. I hope that I'm not leaving out a scroll, but generally this is more of just like a runaway kind of PvP normally kind of counter. Ninja. Now this Blitz gets a little complicated. This has a very complicated counter. The player is turned invisible and they disappear from the chat. So what you might want to do as a precaution if you're against a player that you know likes using Ninja, hold tab when they get the Blitz star. Just hold tab and run around, do whatever, PvP. Just check tab every few seconds because once someone uses Ninja, they will disappear from the tab, which means that they have speed 3. I think it's actually, speed 3, invisibility, and it's completely, just complete invisibility. And they, once they hit you and they come out of it, it'll give you temporary blindness, I believe. And this is bad for you because not only do they have a permanent, not permanent, but seemingly permanent speed 2 effect of 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I think, they can also just combo the fuck out of you from the blindness. So what you're going to want to do is either get in a large body of water if one is available, or you're going to want to climb a mountain, or you can hit them out of Ninja. It's impossible to do it with a sword, to my knowledge. I've never seen someone do it to me, and I've used Ninja quite a few times. But what you're going to want to do is use your game sense, because if they have mobs spawned, the mobs teleport with them. And your compass will track them still, so it's actually very easy to hit them with a snowball, an egg. Little bit difficult to hit them with a rod and a bow, but it's doable, because I have done it before, and it makes you feel like a fucking badass. Ragnarok. The only counter to this Blitz that is feasible to me is having healing. That's literally the only counter. It's almost like roulette where there's no counter because it brings you to 5 hearts. What you're going to want to do is, like I said, have healing or have a bow and a lot of arrows and hope to God that you get a deathmatch that favors that kind of playstyle, like the jungle deathmatch that's circular or the stone deathmatch with the pits or a map-specific deathmatch like Shroom Valley. That's really all I can tell you. If you have a Guardian Potion and a Gapple, that would be good too. But yeah, there's really not much of a counter to this Blitz, and not many people use it. Vault Hunter. This Blitz has a very easy counter because, like I said, it's RNG. You can just tank them and kill them. Vault Hunter is kind of like a brawn over brains kind of ability. If you are smarter than them and they didn't get a broken-ass bow with a lot of arrows, you can beat them. Like, even if they're full, like, it is doable. This is Gremlin. This is Gremlin. Gremlin steals the entire inventory of the person with the most kills. I think either that or it mimics it. The only way to counter this Blitz is just to hope to fucking Christ that you are not the player with the most kills. I think it steals your whole inventory, yeah, except for your hotbar, I believe. Yeah, it's really unfortunate, but it is super counterable. Just kind of hope. Super counterable. That's, like I said, hope. Just hope. It is still winnable. Just hope that chests reset and then look around the map for loot. Very easy to counter. Vampire does not work, but if it did, the best way to counter this Blitz is to get away from a corner and run away, because this Blitz gives the user regeneration 4, which means that they are basically indestructible if they have over like 5 armor bars. And once it gets close to you, the chain of hearts that's linked to you will start buffering. It'll tick you. It'll go like very fast, and it can easily keep you in a corner. It's kind of like someone using like Kill Aura against you or something. It'll just keep you in a corner, and you can't get out. It's nearly impossible. So just run away and run in an open area. Do not get hit into a corner by this Blitz, and don't let them hit you into a corner initially. Time warp. This is a tricky blitz because I don't know much about it. All I know is that it warps you back to where you were with the original health you had. What you're going to want to do, it's kind of like Tracer's Blink in Overwatch. You're going to want, or Tracer's Rewind. You're going to want to keep track of where they were and how much health they had. So if they have full health and they're going into the fight with you and they use this, I don't even think it works in game, but if it did, you would want to run away if you took too much damage. But if you're confident and they started the fight with seemingly low health and you comboed them and then they used it, you can, easily kill them from that. Jedi Knight, get in a building. Literally, I know a lot of randoms use this blitz, or randoms, noobs, whatever you want to call it. They use this blitz and they'll launch you and kill you. It's the most infuriating thing in the world. It sucks because I've died to people with 2 kills that use this. It just blows. The best way to counter this is to get under a block or a building, either that or calculate, because there is a set amount of distance that it pushes you. Get maybe in front of foliage that is extremely tall, and then it'll push you into the top of the trees. Either that or calculate maybe the height of a mountain and the amount it'll push you. Like on Greece, you can stand at the forefront of the mountain, and then it'll push you all the way up, and you'll land, maybe lose 2 or 3 hearts. Lockdown, there really is no counter to this because it locks the chests. Just have a lot of gear beforehand if you're anticipating someone using this. Like if there's an oddball player in your game that likes to use roulette, lockdown, gremlin, quirky blitzes like that troll, or Ragnarok, what you're going to want to do is just kind of prepare for any trolling kind of blitzes that go on. Nocturne is extremely counterable. You just need to be aware of the map. What you need to do is you need to hold control, which is your sprint key, or use auto sprint, whatever you use. And once it's activated, just keep holding it. If you memorize the map, you can actually parkour your way out of this blitz. And normally, once someone hits you, it'll launch you because they have speed 4 or 3. It's very easy to get away from, but a lot of people just panic when it's used. But once you're hit, you lose your sprint. Keep that in mind. Or once you're hit into a block, that is. Very easy to counter. Just have a lot of map awareness, and you can actually beat this. Or spawn snowmen, spawn mobs, do anything you need to do. This is a very counterable blitz, but it's very good if someone uses it right. Assassin. Now, a lot of people bitch and say this blitz is broken, but in all honesty, it's actually super counterable. What you can do to counter this blitz is actually shift on the edge of a block, and if someone uses it, they will fall and land below where you put them. So what you can do is on Despair V1 or above lava, you can shift above a half slab or half of a block, and they will fall in that lava. All you have to do is tap them once, I believe, and it's over. But if they hit you once, it's a gamble, because if they're jitter clicking or something, or auto clicking, you will fall into the lava with them. It's a real gamble, but it feels really good if it pays off. Another way is being aware of your surroundings, like having a knockback sword and getting on a mountain. Either that or getting on an ice lake and preparing to run away because the running is even. Maybe spamming snowballs a little bit and then running, being up a mountain, rotting them down. There are just so many ways that you can counter this blitz. Being in the water, and that it's RNG too, so it might not hit you, but if the person is smart enough to leave you for the final 2, you're going to want to follow everything I just mentioned. Iron Man. This blitz is tricky. It's very easy to run away from, but if you're not aware that it exists and you're caught off guard by the chat log, and you don't really pay attention, if you don't pay attention to chat, this blitz will fuck you over. I don't know why I couldn't talk there, but Iron Man reflects damage onto the user. You can't bow this person, you can't rod this person, you can't egg this person, you can't snowball this person. But I'm aware of a strategy that I think still exists. If you egg them or bow them, if you egg them or rod them, the knockback is applied to you. I think they may have removed this. You might want to test this in game, and if it doesn't work, you can just run away. That's literally how you counter this blitz, unless they have speed, and then I would suggest getting in the water. Nuke. This blitz is super easy to counter. People only use this to troll. If you're not in the section of red wool, you will live, but there is a large radius outside of that is kind of an invisible kill zone, because I was 50 blocks away from the red zone at one point, and I lost 4 hearts. So if you're within, I'd say, 20 blocks of a red wool block, you're going to die. So just stay out of that. It's very easy. Robin Hood. The way to counter Robin Hood is very simple. Play a lot more patiently than the person that you think is going to use it. If a person that you know is known for bowing and Robin Hooding, you can counter this. All you have to do is just run. When they get the star, run away and anticipate them using it. It's very stressful. This is like probably the most stressful blitz to counter because it's an insta shot and you know that it is. But if you're running around a tree maybe or running around a building that you know they can't like catch up to you even if they cut corners, you will counter this blitz. It's super easy and you know, pretty counterable. This is Wither Warrior. Wither Warrior is changed now. It doesn't give you the diamond sword anymore. But if someone does hit you with this, I believe it gives you a lot of negative effects. It gives you like Wither 1 for like 2 minutes or something. But it doesn't kill you from the Wither, I believe. It gives you very hardcore nausea. It knocks you back very far, I think. I'm kind of judging from what I learned from the diamond sword. But Blitz is very easy to counter. What you need to do is just run. Run from the person using it. Use bows, rods, eggs, you know, anything that you have at your disposal to keep them away from you because this is an activatable item and you have to hit them with your fist or your sword to activate it against them or hit them with the block. I don't know, but once someone uses this, just know, keep them away from you. Supplies. This blitz is actually really easy to counter. Just brute force will do the trick. It gives you either an iron chestplate, iron leggings, or an iron sword with fire aspect 1 or sharpness 1. I forgot what it was, but brute force should do the trick. Very easy to counter. This blitz is... Fuck. I think this blitz is acid fist or whatever. It's like infection. This is infection. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, guys. I just don't know this symbol. It's very foreign to me. I've never seen this used. But infection applies poison and slowness upon a hit. I think slowness and poison. If it's not, it's just poison 1. This is very easy to counter because poison actually will tick you and give you anti-knockback for 1 hit. So this is actually a very easy blitz to brute force. Like just brute force and go at them and fuck them up. That's what I suggest. Because poison can't kill you. Wither can. So it won't kill you. So if you know that there's no one in the area, I would suggest just running right at this person. Or just running away and timing it out if that is possible. Status. The best way to counter this blitz is to knock them back. That's pretty much the best I can give. It freezes you in place. It's very unfortunate, but they don't get speed 4 like they used to, and you're not trapped in a cage where you're basically bugged out. So that and hit reg on people who are statist is actually very bad. It might not work most of the time, so as long as you're buffering their hits, they may not actually land any on you in the first place. That, and it only lasts for 10 seconds, which is the length of, you know, an average fight in Blitz nowadays now with all the rotting. This is pickpocket. I don't know if this can be used multiple times. I've heard it's a 1 use. I've heard it's multiple. Regardless, if the person punches you, you lose the item that's in your hand. It gets dropped. So what you want to do is bait the person. If it's a singular use, bait the person. Use an item that you don't give a shit about, like pork chops. Bait them into taking it from you, and then swap to your sword and fuck them up. If it's infinite, what you're going to want to do is do your best to bow combo this person and don't let them land a hit on you, because I believe that they have to hit you to take the item. Anyways, that was my video. I guess I'll just get out of full screen now. That was my video on how to counter every single Blitz star in the game. I hope that I helped you out, and just apply every single tip I gave in this video, and you will do just fine against every single Blitz star. So, only 18 minutes. Oh my god, productivity. Let's go. 20 Blitz stars for only 18 minutes. Anyways, hope you guys liked the video. Blitz Tips and Tricks is a series that I am fucking enjoying so far, and I am having a lot of fun with it. So, there's a lot more stuff to come in the future. See you guys around.